remembering, again, when we were in Israel, we met, and I was born and raised Jewish and very much a practicing Jew in my early years, up until about 20, when it started not making sense to me, but that's another whole story. But I was very involved in Judaism. So I said to these wonderful rabbis that we met, and I developed a relationship with two of them over time. I was in touch with them a lot. So this is after we were back from Israel, but I said to one of them, why is it that as a practicing Jew in the 50s and 60s, I never heard of the Kabbalah, which is the mystical side of Judaism, which is very much like our teachings. I mean, it's truth. And this rabbi said to me, the world just wasn't ready for it yet. And he didn't talk about the yugas because they don't, but it was the same thing. So here we are with these readings and listening to this music, but it couldn't really happen then. It wasn't time yet. So the Kabbalah couldn't be revealed, and the Pharisees were there, and they could not hear what Jesus was saying. Jesus was saying to them in so many ways, really hoping to touch their hearts, to have them not just feel devotion, that would have been good, but to move from trying to use their intellect consistently to find the truth with the belief that they could figure it out. And of course, here we are, 2026 years later, it's not like we've made such enormous progress, but Yogananda was able to come. He was able to teach us. Swamiji was there as a disciple. He spent his whole life sharing these teachings with us. And we're a small number relative to the world, but we're not such a small number compared to what it was in those days. These teachings are now enthusiastically being shared and received all over the world. And for many people like me, maybe like some of you, we hear them and we know their truth. We know it's truth. We don't really, I remember when this happened to me, before I was 30, and I started hearing some of this. And I had no idea about these teachings. None. I hadn't been exposed to any of this. But when truth was spoken, it resonated. It touched my heart. I knew I wanted more of that. And for many of us, that's the truth. Long before we can figure it out, we're drawn. And sometimes during that time, I was this way, many of us were this way, we're still in our heads. We still are looking for a lot of the kind of proof in the way that the Pharisees were. And it just makes sense. It's part of the human condition. Smart is good. Learning is good. We actually believe in a good way, not like we're bad people, but that if we can learn it. I was having this very interesting conversation with Ganga the other day. The yugas are just up right now. I don't know why we're all talking about them. A lot of Inner Renewal Week, which is not called Inner Renewal Week anymore, but whatever it is, was about the yugas. Sai Ganesh just gave the first class in Raja Yoga. It's about the yugas. I led a workshop just last Saturday about the yugas, healing in Dwapara Yuga. It's up. I'm asking myself, why is that? This must be a moment where everybody would be ready to hear them. But anyway, during that workshop, I had spent a good amount of time the night before reading about, I was reading about all of what's been revealed to us throughout the last century. And of course, a lot of that was based in physics, for which we all should be very grateful, because those quantum physicists have allowed people to listen to us in a different way. But anyway, I said to her, and I was talking about Max Planck and Einstein and things I know very little about. Whatever I said was the extent of it. And I was talking about the yugas, and I said to her, but I was trying to make it simple so that it makes sense to everybody, because the yugas are so complicated, so intricate, when you start talking about where the sun needs to be, where its galactic center is, how everything else is rotating, how many galaxies there are, all, what's round, what's rotating, what's elliptical. Who knows this stuff? It is challenging. So I said to her, did I say by accident that the sun rotates around the earth? Because I thought I did. And, it's recorded. It's out there for the whole world to see, hear forever. That's it. They don't listen to you for the rest of the talk. And she said to me, no, you got it right. I actually don't think I did. But she said, but you did make one mistake. And I said, what was that? And she said, well, you said that Max Planck proved that the universe is expanding. And of course, it wasn't Max Planck, and I knew this. It's Hubble. But she said, you said it was Max Planck. And I just thought to myself, I started saying to her, how did Hubble ever? What happened that he thought of that? Who would think of that? Maybe it came as an intuitive moment, like what Einstein said about the theory of relativity.